Welcome to the Drama Files. We're exposing top-secret relationship drama, workplace meltdowns, and dark family secrets. Hit follow to catch every shocking plot twist.
Have you ever tried to renovate your house, only to realize the contractor you hired is an absolute con artist? Today, we are opening the Drama Files to look at three of the most insane home renovation nightmares on the internet. But don't worry, because every single one of these scammers gets exactly what they deserve. Story number 1 is a masterclass in legal revenge. Let's get into it. Our first story comes from a guy whose grandfather was a strict, no-nonsense quality control engineer. He writes, "My grandfather wanted to renovate his home by adding 2 new bedrooms and a master bath. He hired a contractor who seemed great at first. They carved open the entire front of the house, but then the delays started. It took 3 months just to start the plumbing, and 4 months for the insulation. My grandfather was paying for a lot of time, but seeing almost no work done. Hold it right there! Stop all work!" Then, an inspector came in and put a complete stop to the whole affair. The contractor had improperly filed the plans. The contractor promised to fix it and resubmit the paperwork. 5 entire months went by. The house was just sitting there, open to the elements. Of the project entirely, keeping the cash he had already been paid. My grandfather didn't scream, he didn't just sue him, he did his homework. He spent weeks tracking down. We've now contacted every single client this contractor had worked for over the last 3 years. He soon realized this wasn't just bad luck. The man had built his reputation on misleading homeowners and cutting corners. He would file bad plans with the city, intentionally let the city halt construction, keep the deposit, and abandon the project. Armed with this evidence, my grandfather and 8 other victims collectively filed federal charges against him. They completely annihilated this guy. They took every cent he had, liquidated his company, and sent him to prison. Kitted for 15 years for organized fraud. A new, honest company came in and finished my grandfather's house in just 2 months.
I sentence you to 15 years. This is your ultimate payoff.
But if you thought that was wild, wait until you hear about the disappearing supplies in Story 2.
This next story involves a very expensive kitchen remodel. A homeowner writes, "We hired a highly rated local company to completely gut and expand our kitchen.
About midway through the project, before the drywall even went up, I started reviewing the invoices.
I started noticing something strange. We were being charged for large quantities of materials that never seemed to arrive. I'm talking thousands of dollars of premium copper piping, high-end hardwood, and custom light fixtures that definitely weren't in my house. I asked the head builder about it. 3 3-3 Chamus this trace for the chintz? I asked the head builder about it. He completely dismissed me, acting highly offended, and told me that if his guys ordered it, it was in the walls. I didn't believe him. So I bought a discreet, motion-activated trail camera and hid it in a tree pointing at our driveway. 2 days later, I checked the footage. At 2 a.m., the contractor's truck pulled into my driveway. And drove off. They were moonlighting on other jobs and using my money to fund their other clients' renovations. I didn't call him to argue. I called the police. I handed over the HD night vision footage. I have the proof right here, and all the itemized receipts showing I owned those materials. The police intercepted his crew. Police! Hands up! At another job site the next morning. On the ground, now! They were arrested for grand larceny.
We got all our money back in restitution, and
We got all our Mac in restitution, and his contractor's license was permanently revoked by the state. Imagine stealing from a client and thinking they wouldn't notice the missing copper pipes. Just when you think you've seen everything, our final story today raises the stakes in an unexpected way. Our final story comes from a young couple who bought a fixer-upper.
we hired its who bought a fixer-upper. We hired a guy named Rick to do a full bathroom remodel. At the beginning of the project, we made a sizable advance payment, expecting the renovation to proceed smoothly.
He started work on our only bathroom, but the project quickly fell apart.
He ghosted our calls, blocked our numbers, and abandoned the project. We had to shower at a local gym for a month. I started digging online and found out Rick had quietly dissolved his LLC and started a brand new company.
Under a different name to escape his debts. I was furious. I borrowed a friend's prepaid burner phone and called Rick's new company.
I just bought a $2 million mansion. It is simply spectacular.
And wanted an outdoor kitchen built as soon as possible. Rick agreed without hesitation.
He was practically drooling over the phone. Woo!
We scheduled a meeting for him to come do an estimate.
I gave him the address of a massive gated property that actually belonged to my boss, who was completely in on the joke.
But I wasn't the one waiting for him. I had hired a process server, and contacted the local sheriff's department. Rick expected a wealthy client. But what awaited him was different. You are being served with a massive lawsuit. Huh? I'm cuffing you for operating without a bond. To pay off the massive legal judgments he owed us and others, the state actually seized and auctioned off his shiny new work truck. Now that is a beautiful trap. Never pay a contractor 50% up front before they do the work.
Would you have set up a fake sting operation or just let it go? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you want daily drama, check out the short series on the channel and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next one.
the drama files for more upcoming drama stories, shocking secrets, workplace betrayals, relationship confessions, and unexpected plot twists.